Everyone, please sign the sign-in sheet. We need to make sure the sign-in sheet's going around over there.
Did anybody not sign in?
We celebrate April Fool's Day at every meeting.
And we have a quorum, by the way. Okay. This item is the report from the treasurer and the WBAI director on the NFC. And I'm trying to not
Okay, has
take.
everybody signed in? Mike.
I don't know, is there something you didn't get?
All right. Okay. The NFC met on February 24th, March 3rd, and March 23rd.
We can't hear that.
All right, everybody come to order, please. Everyone come to order.
Huh? Excuse me? Thank you. You want me? No.
All right, well, everybody, Albert, if you're gonna go someplace, please go to that place and hold on a minute. All right, yeah, there are 20 sets of things. If you came in late, there's stuff in the center there, an agenda, and some spreadsheets and stuff like that. All right, the NFC met on February 24th, March 3rd, March 23rd. Summer Reese was elected chair of the National Finance Committee and is therefore then the treasurer of the PNB. I was elected secretary of the NFC. We went through a number of things regarding the stations. WBAI's rent was paid up as of March 10th. So there was a big thing about the rent suddenly being discovered as not having been paid.
That's all the rent, the tower, the whole thing.
Yes. We're behind in the rent, and I have said several times, including on the NFC meeting, that governance should have been informed of this when it started to happen. When we first missed a month's rent, governance should have been informed of this, and Pacifica Management was on the calls and certainly understands that, and we hope that doesn't happen again. The audit is finally done. Pacifica has had the audit going on now for many months, and seems like forever. And the audit has taken a great deal of time, and it's taken a lot of money too. But it is finally done. Part of that issue is, after the audit is done, we were told, we can start getting more reports. Because after the audit, Pacifica Management gets to put all of the data into the Great Plains software, and numbers can then be ground up and spit out for us. So the audit being done is a big deal, and it took a long time with that. It's been reported that we have a lot of, Pacifica has a lot of bills that we're in arrears on. We owe Free Speech Radio News $93,462. We owe Democracy Now! $313,505.
Is Pacifica or WBAI?
Pacifica, God, we owe them. Pacifica owes those. Of course, that means we're a part of that.
How much was that to Democracy Now?
Democracy is $313,505. $313,505.
We owe $300,000 to Democracy Now!
Democracy Now! Now, Democracy Now! is displeased about this, and however, Free Speech Radio News, Democracy Now! has enough surplus money to live. Free Speech Radio News, on the other hand, although it's owed only a third of what Democracy Now! is owed, is not in as good a shape. They need Pacifica to keep them going, and owing them $93,000 is putting a real hurt on FSRN. The executive director, she wants to start paying these bills at least monthly and catch up with them completely by the end of the year.
What,
Can I ask a question?
so what more?
Well,
Wait
let's
till the
save the
end.
questions to the end of the report.
Hold up.
Pardon me. So anyway, Pacifica Management is trying to find a way to pay FSRN, especially because they could go under or have to cut back on operations if they don't get some money pretty soon, because you know they're a pretty thin operation. WBAI's winter thon is over. Credit card fulfillment rate was 93%, which is up from what it had been for a while, so that's good news. Invoices have gone out without business return envelopes called BREs.
Point of information, why
And-
was that?
What?
Why was that?
What was
I report. Let me report. We can do questions afterwards. Went out without BREs, and I think that's a serious problem because if you send it out without the business reply envelopes, fewer people will reply, and you know you generally get a situation where people,
Not much money.
if you make it convenient for them, they're more likely to throw a check and put it in the mail for you.
Yes, put the stamp on it.
Without it,
already.
it's.
That's an editorial comment, though, that
Could
has to be.
we?
Let him talk.
I have a report. Let me do this. Come on.
He's the,
ComNet is the, as we've discussed here a few times, ComNet is the company that has been contracted with to get lapsed members and also members from the spring thon to either resubscribe if they're lapsed or pay their pledges if they're from the spring thon, because the spring thon had some screw-ups in it, and there's a whole lot of people who pledged but haven't paid up yet. And so ComNet is supposed to increase the fulfillment rate on that. It's costing more than projected. The original proposal I saw was that they would get a third of the net.
Jesus.
They're getting more than that. So maybe we'll hear later
Why are
on
we
about
doing
exactly how much they're gonna get. Anyway, so there's that. I hear they're also gonna be, they're doing also other services for us, so it's a little different.
We're privatizing everything, just like the
And,
government,
David,
right?
please let me go on. There's a new policies and procedures manual being produced. We had an old policies and procedures manual. This is basically the rules for how money is to be handled within Pacifica. And we had been supposed to go over this with management. Management has switched a few times here, and we've never been able to go over that with management in the past couple of years. And now there's a new manual that's going to be produced. So when that gets produced, the treasurers will all have to see whatever management they happen to have at the moment and go over that with them. We are told that a new phone system should be at WBAI soon. Maybe it's in already, I don't know. But that was one of the things. Tonight, we are going to be, the next item, which we're not going to, we'll have questions. The next item about preliminary review of compliance relates to Article 7, Section 3A of the bylaws, which says the LSB is to, quote, review and approve the station's budget and make quarterly reports to the Foundation's Board of Directors regarding the station's budget, actual income, and expenditures, unquote. So the first quarter is long gone. We have the information, and that's what I am hoping we will make our primary thing that we do here tonight, is going over compliance with the budget, expenditures, and all of that jazz. And at the NFC, we have also gone over some of the others, all the other stations, and about their budgets too, and all of that. But that doesn't primarily concern us right here. Okay, questions now. I'll go around this way. Gail.
I have two questions. One is in regards to the $313,000 we owe Democracy Now!, or Pacifica owes Democracy Now!. Is that broadcast cost, or does that include premiums provided by Democracy Now! To different stations? Do you know if is that a combined cost in that $313,000?
I think I'm remembering that there is a premium issue. I think it's in that 313.
It's a part of it.
But I will check.
Because we do have outstanding monies owed to them for premiums, and I'm curious if it's in addition to that or part of it.
Can we find that out?